All right, here in New York City at the Cloud Expo with Dr. Rich Wolski. Rich, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Barton.
So, Rich, you're the CTO of Eucalyptus, and it's been about a year and a half since we've talked. What's happened since in the last year and a half?
Oh, we've had a lot of things happen. We've been doing really well at getting the software together. We're about to come out with a really big release for us that's got HA and high availability and identity management, amongst other things, boot from EBS, so some new features that are pretty intricate to implement. It's going to be out in the next 4 weeks. And then today, in fact, we just announced the RightScale MyCloud integration. So tighter integration with RightScale. We've always worked with RightScale, but as part of their multi-cloud strategy, Eucalyptus and RightScale are working together, and we've been putting some energy into that. It's a pretty exciting time.
So what exactly role does Eucalyptus play in the MyCloud?
RightScale has built a very effective multi-cloud platform, one that will take various public clouds and integrate them with private cloud. And RightScale itself runs in AWS and manages AWS images. I think that was the first public cloud that they worked with. Because of Eucalyptus's AWS compatibility, it's a natural fit for RightScale. And so it will be able to in some sense, homogenize various public clouds with a Eucalyptus private cloud.
Oh, cool. And now, where does Cloud.com, I noticed they were mentioned in the list. How do they fit in?
Absolutely. RightScale is actually working with a number of different cloud providers. And so I think their vision is that there could be one or more private clouds, Eucalyptus, Cloud.com, others that come along. They haven't announced any yet, but I'm sure that there will be others. And then one or more public clouds. And they're trying to provide the single pane of glass that allows people to manage their cloud assets regardless of where they are.
Excellent. So now what about your relationship with Canonical, and how's that been going, and how's that?
Yeah, this is something that that I think people are more upset about than either Canonical or we are. We worked with Canonical for a couple of years, and we put a lot of energy into building clouds for the enterprise. And after that amount of time, we both, I think, decided that while we were still going to package Eucalyptus for Ubuntu, and we still think it has a place in the Ubuntu distribution, Canonical's interests in terms of where they want to go and how they want to grow their business, and Eucalyptus's focus on the enterprise really might not have been, as compatible as we would like at this moment. So, open source is like that. It's about choice. It's about software ecosystem. The UEC enhancements to Eucalyptus that were there, they're now going to refactor in some way and retarget towards OpenStack, which is great. For us, it's a piece of the software ecosystem that was there and that is moving on to something else, but there are new pieces of software ecosystem all the time and new developments from old pieces, like in the RightScale case, that keep it vibrant and alive, and we think that's the way it's just going to go from here on out.
And so you talk about your target as being enterprises. Is there a specific application within enterprises, or where do you see your real sweet spot?
We see a few areas where early adoption of private clouds, because it's still very early days for private clouds, has taken off. Web 2.0 companies that are providing web-facing services are really greedy or hungry for cloud technology. It just speeds the process of their technology deployments. We're seeing a lot in media companies and in gaming. Again, same idea. These are very web-facing, interactive, network-enabled applications, and need for reliable and fast provisioning services. So those are two areas that have gone viral, if you will, recently. And then we're seeing some, in e-commerce retail. We're actually seeing people run their e-commerce sites on a cloud. And that's a little slower. It's coming, but it isn't, with quite the fervor that we see in these other areas.
And then last but not least, you talked about the release coming up in 4 weeks. Where do you see it, say, over the next year? What are some of the targets things you're aiming for in the distance?
Right. We're going to do a couple of things. The first is we're going to expand the feature set that we're supporting. We've the current release is really designed to keep the API more or less stable and build various sort of underlying technical features in, like high availability and these better storage, EBS capabilities. We'll do elastic load balancing. We'll do some administrative tooling. We've been in sore need of a richer set of tools for administering Eucalyptus. That will come. And then we'll probably expand the hypervisor footprint a little bit, and then continue with the various versions that we support at the hypervisor layer.
Excellent. Rich Wolski, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Barton.